Hello, guys. What is up? Today we are going to be talking about the Cincinnati Reds. Let's get into it. Okay, here's my thoughts on the Reds. I mean, they have potential. Yes, they were in a rebuilding phase, but here's what fucking pisses me off about the Reds. Like, they had quality players that still had some good, years left. They just didn't want to spend the money on them, and then and actually, yeah, in cases like Jay Bruce and the Aroldis Chapman, the guys they got back either have never played a major league game, or they just completely fucking bombed when they got to the Reds. That's not okay. I get it that you're trying to go younger in the rookies, which this is the first year in a lot of time that the Reds have had no rookies on the year. Their opening day roster. But, well, first of all, Nick Senzel, he fucking deserved to be on there. I would have had him over having that, having a, relief pitch on there. I'd rather have him up there at center field, and then I would have, traded Winker away because, let's be honest, it's really no use for him. He's a good player in left field, but just, you can kind of train, if you can get him to learn right field, left field, and actually, yeah, he knows shortstop, third base, and second base. So all he has to do is just learn left field and right field, and he's like a fucking Swiss Army knife. You can place him pretty much anywhere but pitcher, catcher, or first base. Which, if you want to teach him first base, be my guest. I'm not gonna stop you. But if you have a guy that can play that many positions, that's done everything you've asked him to without complaining, you've got to call him up. He's doing good, and the fucking service time is just a joke. Let's be honest here. It's just embarrassing MLB that that's still a thing, and that teams are taking this to extreme levels to get another year out of their guys. Just fucking re-sign them. You have the money. Sports is a billions-dollar-a-year business. Resign the motherfucker. He's not asking for so much money that the club would completely fold if they were to offer him one contract and him to accept it. He's a fucking rookie, dude. He's not gonna ask for that much money. And then I do agree with them acquiring, trading away Homer Bailey and getting guys like Yasiel Puig and Tanner Roark and guys like Sonny Gray and Matt Kemp to help bolster that roster. That kind of gives me hope that we're not going to completely suck this year. But from what I've seen actually earlier in this year, you've got to fucking get your pitchers on the game. That's not okay for Sonny Gray to be doing that. It's not okay for Tanner Roark to be doing that. Now, Disco does that. You and I are going to have a talk, Reds, because that's not okay. I get it that, first of all, you should be fucking getting rid of Finnegan. You're wasting his talent in the AAA. You're wasting his talent, period. You can trade him somewhere else and get maybe some picks or a better minor league guy that you can develop a little bit, like a Brett Phillips or one of these kinds of guys that, are, right on the verge but just need a little bit of time down there, and call them up. And, I do think that they did right by not, getting Realmuto, because they didn't offer their Senzel and Hunter Green, which he's gonna be out for the season because of Tommy John surgery now. But I still have belief in him. You can't give up on guys just because of one injury. Guys can come back from that. And Jonathan India, you can't give up your top prospects to get a guy that's probably gonna be here for 3 years, compared to franchise guys that if you keep re-signing them, like a Joey Votto situation, you're gonna have a fucking blasted roster after a while if you keep getting those first picks that are really good. And then don't waste picks is what I'm saying here. If you don't waste your picks, then you're gonna fucking have championships galore, fucking Big Red Machine in a few years. That's how a rebuilding should do. You shouldn't be giving away guys like Chapman for nothing. Cotham, let's be honest, that was a complete, fucking embarrassment to the Reds and men and baseball in general. But, you've got to fucking play smart. You've got to get your guys smart. They do have some good guys coming up in the minors. It's Senzel and Trammell and Bautista and Siri Shed Long, that was a pretty damn good trade for us. If Sonny Gray can like get his rhythm back. But overall, you can't be giving away guys like that. And it's not a trade. You were literally giving them away for guys that you've never even fucking heard of. You like Kayla Cotham, when you acquired him and Disco from which Disco he turned out pretty decent. But if you acquire Cotham for a guy that can throw 100 fucking miles an hour fastball as a relief pitcher, and not even a relief pitcher, he's a fucking closer, which means he only pitches like maybe one inning, 3 to 9 pitches, maybe 3 to 14, however many pitches he has to get those 3 outs for to close out a game. You give away a guy that valuable for a guy like, it just pushes my buttons that Dick Williams still has his job. And by the way, yeah, he's not the GM and player operations guy, but guess what? I mean, not player operations, baseball operations guy, but the GM, if you have a baseball operations guy, the baseball operations is the guy that handles trades and transactions. It pisses me off that he still has a job after that. Like, well, Marvin Lewis, that's a whole different story, which I'll get into in a completely different video. But you've got to trade smart. You've got to do your best to have a winning team. Brian Price, that wasn't his fucking fault. He was just a scapegoat for Dick Williams, who didn't want to fucking give up his job and like claim this as his failure, because it actually is his failure if you really look at the numbers and the trades that he did. I think that Dick Williams, above all, just that front office needs to be overhauled, mainly Williams. And that's really all I have to say today. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.